Hey, if you're feeling a little, or you just want to get in an awesome yoga practice, well, you've clicked on the right video. And if you're new to Roman to yoga, welcome. I'm Casey. Make your way onto your back. Extend your legs long. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead and take a full body stretch. Lower your arms down and hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from left to right. I invite you to set an intention for today's yoga sequence. It can be a word or phrase, whatever first comes to your mind. Lower the feet down, step them to mat width distance apart. Place your arms in the goalpost position, lower your knees to the right, take your gaze to the left, lower your knees to the left and take your gaze to the right. Set up for windshield wipe a couple of times and notice how your hips feel at the beginning of today's yoga sequence. Go slow, one breath with one movement. Next time you lower the knees down to the right, pause. Pick up your right ankle and place it just above the left knee. Draw your low belly in and up. Notice that your gaze is to the left. Open your eyes for a second and make sure that your elbow is in line with your shoulder. If you're experiencing any discomfort, place your arms in the T position. If you're newer to Yin Yoga, postures can be held from 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the teacher. So if your mind begins to race during today's practice because you're a little bit newer, that's completely normal. Just keep guiding your mind back to the present moment of right here and right now, because everything that's going on in your life will be waiting for you after your practice. Release the bind of the foot, lower your knees towards the left, and pick up the left ankle and place it just above the right knee. Notice that your gaze is to the right. Look at your right elbow and ensure that it's in line with your shoulder blade. Breathe in and breathe out. Release the bind of your ankle over your thigh, draw your knees into your chest, and gently rock from left to right. Take just a moment for yourself. Make your way to the hands and knees position. Your knees should be hip width distance apart, hands in line with your shoulders, and once you feel stable, begin to circle your hips in one direction. Go slow. Breathe in, breathe out. Close your eyes. Circle your hips in the opposite direction. Create space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Soften the muscles in your face. Close your eyes. Press the big toes together, separate your knees to the wide edge of the mat, sit back onto your heels and extend the arms forward. Rest your forehead onto the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. Place a bend in your elbows and place your hands together in the prayer position. Walk your elbows just a little bit further towards the top of your mat for an added stretch in your arms. If it's uncomfortable to bring your arms in the prayer position, just leave them extended forward. Remember, this is your yoga practice, so you are exactly where you need to be. The most important thing is you made time for you. Release the pose and come to hands and knees. If you have any yoga blocks handy or want to bring the floor closer to you, then grab them at this time. Step the right foot forward towards the top of your mat. Hip hinge forward a little bit and notice your stretch. Lengthen out the right leg. Adjust your props and then place a bend in your knee. Set this into motion at your own breath's pace. Notice that your left foot, the top of your foot, is firmly pressed down into the mat. Draw your low belly in and up. Soften the muscles in your face. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Go slow. Match breath to movement. Next time you extend the leg long, find stillness. Keep a micro bend in your right knee. Notice that your left hip is facing forward towards the mat, that it's not making its way to the left. Wiggle out your toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. You want a straight spine, no rounding in your spine today. And if you have to sit completely up and not hip hinge forward, that's okay. I want you to have a flat back. One day you can come forward. Place a bend in your knee. Walk your foot towards the right edge of your mat and open and close your right foot. The bottom of your feet will come up off the mat, spin out onto the right pinky toe of your foot. And if you want a little bit more, curl the left toes under and gently rock forward and back. Bring space into your hips. Note that if it's too much to come up onto the left foot, just rest that left knee down onto the mat. You can always grab a blanket to place under the knee if you need a little bit of extra support. Whatever feels best in your body. Breathe deeply. Lower the knee down. Return to hands and knees. Press the big toes together. Separate the knees to the wide edge of the mat. Lower the hips down onto the heels. Extend your arms forward and breathe into this wide-legged child's pose. Return to hands and knees. Step your left foot forward. Grab your props if you're using them today. And then bend and straighten the left leg. Notice that you come up onto the heel as you extend the leg long. One breath with one movement. Next time you lengthen out the left leg, find stillness. Adjust your props as needed. Notice that you're hinging at your hips. Draw your low belly in and up. Soften the muscles in your face. Place a micro bend in your left knee. Come back to the words of your intention. If you want to come a little bit closer to the floor, adjust the height of your yoga blocks. Flex your left foot towards your face. Breathe deeply. Spin the right hip a little bit forward towards the yoga mat. Spin the left hip back. Notice that your hips are in alignment. Place a bend in your knee. Walk your left foot a little bit closer to the left edge of your mat, and then spin onto your left pinky toe and feel the stretch. If you want a little bit more, curl your right toes under and rock forward and back. Notice how this feels on your left side compared to your right. Acknowledge it, but never pass judgment on yourself. Our bodies are not perfectly symmetrical. It's okay. Find stillness in this posture. Breathe in, breathe out. Step the left foot back towards the back of your mat. Place your hands shoulder width distance apart. Curl your toes under. Extend the legs long. Draw your low belly in and up and press into a downward dog. Place a generous bend in your knees today and gently begin to pedal out your feet. If your heels can't touch the floor today, that's okay. Meet yourself where you're at. Draw your navel up towards your spine. Create space between the top and bottom rows of your teeth. Soften the muscles around your eyes. Breathe deeply. Lower your knees towards the ground. Separate your knees towards the wide edge of the mat. Place your big toes together. Sit down onto your heels. Extend the arms forward. Breathe. Walk your hands towards the right edge of your mat. Press your left shoulder blade down. Feel the side body stretch. Walk your hands towards the left edge of your mat and press your right shoulder blade down. Breathe in and out of your mouth for a couple of times. Notice how this feels. Return to center. And the easiest way for you, make your way onto your back. This isn't a race. You'll get there. Firmly press all four corners of the feet into one another. Lower the knees towards the mat. Clasp your hands up and overhead and turn the head to look left and right a couple times. Find stillness in the neck. If you're experiencing any discomfort in your hips right now, I invite you to place yoga blocks or pillows under your knees for some additional support. Breathe deeply. Bring your awareness back to now. Place your hands on your thighs and guide your knees together. Draw your knees in towards your chest and gently rock out your body. Digest everything you just did for yourself. Come to a comfortable seated position. Draw your hands to heart center and always commend yourself for making time for you. If you need to spend a little bit more time stretching, I have plenty more videos in the library. Check them out.